once again, anybody that wants to participate in today's parade lap that has a Gold Cup plate, please come up to the top of the starting hill. Gonna get parade lap going here in 2 minutes. Any Gold Cup plate holders for today's parade lap. Call for any Gold Cup riders to get up to the top of the starting hill. Anybody with Gold Cup plates that want to participate in today's parade lap, please get up to the top of the starting hill. Check, check. Ready to kick things off here for today's racing action. We have our flag carriers out on the first obstacle. So if everybody could please rise, face the flag down at south end of the arena. Proudly flying over all our events here at Rum River BMX. Here is Hannah Whitaker with today's national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Thank you to our Gold Cup plate holders and Hannah for singing the national anthem. We're going to open up the last straight for Strider warm-ups. Once again, any parents coming out to help their Striders, please have a mask on your face. If you're unable to wear a mask, please have somebody help your rider that can wear a mask. Also, if I can get all track... All right, we're going to draw Strider warm-ups to a close here. Get going with today's balance bike program. 2 racks of balance bikes on tap today. A couple things for you today. We ask people come in, watch your riders, and then head back out to your pits if you can. Just help us keep down on the congestion inside the building. Please make sure riders either have their helmets on or parents, you have face masks on when you're in the building. Greatly appreciate you helping us out with that so that we can keep running things here. If you haven't heard, we do have it going out on radio 106.7 on the FM dial, so you can listen in out in your pit area or in your vehicle. Also broadcasting on our YouTube channel, rumriverbmx.com. You can get to the link to get to our YouTube channel, or just look up Rum River BMX on YouTube. Getting set to kick things off, 5 and over balance bikes, total point racing action. We got Cook, Hoffman, and Amundsen. 3 riders battling out, coming down the last straight, up on point. Looks like the 274 bike coming to us from Iowa. Gonna hold on for that top spot. Got the 541 of Amundsen with the 2 and Hoffman with the 3. Rack number 2 of 3-year-old balance bikes. We got Trulinger, Simons, Orn, Young, Whitaker, Cook, and Melchert. We're going to take 3 of them straight on to the main event. 3 top 3 riders going to transfer straight into that main event. They are off, 7 riders strong of 3-year-olds out here. Trulinger, Simons, Orn, Young, Whitaker, Cook, and Melchert. Looks like up on point, the 646 of Skylar Orn leading the way. Going to look to take that first transfer spot. Second spot up for grabs. Going to go the 022 and the 156. So the 022 of Braxton Melchert and the 156 of the Dirt Princess, Sadie Whitaker, with that second transfer out of our 3-year-old balance bikes. Couple things, make sure to stop back by Full Tilt. Check out the specials they got on in-stock fly gear. And swing over to concessions. No line right now. Grab yourself something to eat for the racing event today. Round number 2 of balance bikes out on the track. Cook, Hoffman, and Amundsen. Total point racing action here. The 274 bike on point again. Got some company coming on the outside, though. Going to be a drag race. The 541 of Amundsen going to grab the top spot at the line. Cook with the 2. And Hoffman with the 3, giving us a 3-3-6 total point race going into the main event. Rack number 2 getting lined up. Trulinger, Simons, Young, and Cook. 4 riders, 3 spots left up for grabs. They are off on their way down into corner number 3. Trulinger, Simons, Young, and Cook. 4 riders, 3 spots left up for grabs. Out on point, looks like we got the 065 bike of Showtime Trulinger leading the way from St. Peter, Minnesota. Gonna cross up, taking the first spot. The 273 bike, Hazel Cook with the second transfer. Last spot still up for grabs. Who's it gonna be? Coming down the line Oh, the 709 just making it across the line before turning off. That's Emmett Young with that final transfer. Callie Simon's going to get herself a freezy for her efforts today. Main events for Striders on the way. This is a 3-3-6 total point race. Cook and Amundsen knotted up with 3 points apiece. They're drag racing down the straight, looking for that top spot on the podium. It's going to be the 541 bike Amundsen with the win, Cook with the 2, and Hoffman with the 3. Three-year-old balance bike staging up for the main event. Schulinger, Orrin, Young, Whitaker, Cook, and Melchert. They are off. One of the most competitive groups we got out here on the track. I believe that's Skylar Orrin leading things down the last straight. Orrin on point. Looks like we got Whitaker on that 2 spot. Coming on through, going to be the 646 Skylar Orrin with the win. Sadie Whitaker with the 2. The 022 bike with the 3, followed by the 65. So that's the 022 of Melchert with the 3. And the 65 bike of Schulinger with your 4 spot. Everybody else going to grab themselves a freezy for their efforts today. That concludes our Strider Racing program. Listen up for your riders meeting.
Listen up, riders and parents. This is your riders meeting. This is an American Bicycle Association sanctioned race. We'll be following all of the rules and regulations set forth by the ABA and ask that all riders and families do the same. Motos have been posted and corrections have been announced. All of the information you need is on those moto sheets. We ask that all moto sheets be left up during the course of the race as riders refer to them throughout the event. In checking your motos, make sure that the number that is on the moto sheets matches what is currently on your bike. If not, you may not be scored when you cross the finish line. Riders, it is your responsibility to be in the gate on time. You have been given lane assignments and must start from that assigned lane. Any rider not doing so may be disqualified. If you are not ready or have any problem in the gate, you must signal the starter by placing your front wheel over the gate. That will signal our starter to wait, and an ABA official will take care of the problem. Once the starter's command has begun, it may not be stopped for any reason. Only riders 5 and under can be assisted on the gate. That assistance can only be the rear wheel held between the knees. 3 riders down before the first obstacle is an automatic restart. Riders, if you go down during the course of a race and are not injured, please jump up as we have other races following. If you are injured, however, please stay down and we will assist you. Our track officials will be calling fouls as well as gate jumps. If you feel you have been fouled during a race, you have 5 motos in which to lodge a protest with the head official. We will be using the ABA transfer system and will be qualifying riders as designated on the moto sheets or by announced corrections. As you qualify, you will hear your name announced. If you have any question as to whether you qualified, return to the scores table for clarification. The American Bicycle Association exists for the enjoyment of the kids and families that make up our sport. Please be courteous to every member of our extended BMX family, and good luck to all of the racers.
Kicking off this Triple Point Gold Cup qualifier here at Rum River BMX on the gate. Female Pro-Am set to drop in. 4 riders total point racing action. You got the Fox, Rachel Bitts, Ella Fields, Marley Kurtz, and Avery Chartrand. Gate drops down on Pro-Am Racing. Bitts and Chartrand battling it out for that top spot going into corner number 1. It's Chartrand on the hypercolors leading the way, followed by Bitts on the 2 spot. Heading down through the second straight. These riders going 3 rounds total point racing action. On the 3 spot, got Ella Fields, followed by Kurtz with the 4 spot. In and out of corner number 3 they go. Coming down through the last straight, going to be Chartrand with the top spot. Bitts with the 2. Race on, and the 3 bike of Kurtz with the 3. Rack number 1 of Boys Pro-Am on the hill. This is Colin Sprinkles Wilson, Caleb Morgan, Jumpin' Joe Wilmert, Cole the Fro Isaacs, and Trenton Duval. Duval, one of our pro riders, offering up a clinic here next week along with Elliot McGrath. So check that out if you want to sign up for that clinic. Coming down through the straight, we got Duval leading the way, followed by Wilmert on the 2 spot. Isaac sitting on the 3, Sprinkles on the 4. In and out of corner number 3. This is 3 rounds total point to the main event. As they head on home, it's going to be Duval with the top spot, Isaacs, Wilmert, and Wilson. Rack number 2 of Boys Pro-Am. We got Evan the Tomahawk Myers, Diamond Devin Nelson, Elliot McGrath, and Johnny Goff. Of course, McGrath, the second half of that clinic, helping out Trenton Duval next weekend here at Rum River BMX. Sign up for that. It looks like Nelson sliding into that top spot, coming through corner number 1. McGrath sitting on the 2 spot, followed by the 113 of Johnny Goth on the 3. Myers sitting on the 4. Battling it out for low points going into that main event. Coming down through the last straight, going to be the big guy, McGrath at the line. Nelson with the 2 and Goth with the 3. Pro-Am going to kick off the top of second round. Pro-Am riders back again at the top of second round. This is moto number 6, 11-12 Girl Cruiser. Voss, Stokel, Swagger, Olsen, and Boker. Looks like Prodigy colors on point. Got to be Boker leading the way, followed by some Riot colors of Stokel on the 2 spot. Voss sitting on the 3. Coming down through the third straight. Top 2 going to move straight on to the main event as they head into the Rockstar Rhythm section. Going to be Boker and Stokel with those 2 transfers. Out of moto number 6, moto 7 on the track, total point racing action, 13-14 Girl Cruiser, Meyer, Haugen, and Kurtz. Up on point, gotta be Haugen leading the way, followed by Myers on the 2 spot, Kurtz on the 3. Coming down through corner number 3, past full tilt, back in the corner, it's gonna be Venom colors on point. Gonna be Haugen with that top spot, Myers with the 2, and Kurtz with the 3. Rider tipping over in the gate. We want to make sure these ladies all get a fair start, so. (17 to 20-year-old women cruiser on the hill. Friedland, Carlson, Jeffers, and Amundsen. Got to be hip-hop Jenna Jeffers on point, leading the way, followed by a Collison on the 2 spot. I believe that's Friedland on the 3. Lindsay Amundsen on that 4 spot from Bismarck, North Dakota. They're all stretched out single file as they head down into corner number 3. It's all hip-hop Jenna Jeffers on point. Legacy Racing leading the way. Going to take that sole transfer spot out of moto number 8. Make sure to let your friends at home know they can check out racing action on YouTube. All of our races live broadcast on our YouTube channel. This is 41 to 45-year-old women cruiser Laszlo, Copy, and McDonough. The Rock 1 played on point of Copy leading the way, followed by Laszlo on the 2 spot, McDonough on the 3. Total point racing action here as they head on home. Going to be Copy with that top spot. Synergy colors in that 2 of Laszlo looking to take the 2 spot. And Venom colors of McDonough with the 3. 7 and under boy cruisers, Weigel, Doomer, Johnson, Schwartz, and Birch Osmus. Up on point, the 958 bike, Mason Doomer leading the way, followed by the 301 bike of Schwartz on the 2 spot, Birch Osmus on the 3. All stretched out as they head down through corner number 3. Top 2 going to move on. Black Widow colors leading the way. Going to be Doomer with that first transfer. Second transfer going to the 301 bike of Samuel Schwartz. Out of Moto number 10. Moto 11 on the track. Total point racing action up on point. The 4 bike Jacob Tyson leading the way, followed by the state 3 bike of Oliver Bucky Bushy. And the 510 of the Jet, Melchert sitting on that 3 spot, Minnesota Lawman colors. Coming down through the last straight, it's all Tyson out front, going to grab that top spot. Coming down to the line, Dingman colors of Bushy with the 2 and Melchert with the 3. 9-year-old cruiser, Total Point Racing, Tyson, Darling, and Fritzmeyer. The 5 bike of Tyson leading the way, followed by the 465 of Fritzmeyer on the 2. Darling from Lincoln, Nebraska sitting on the 3. Coming down through the last straight, it's all Tyson leading the way out front. Going to be Tyson with that top spot, Fritzmeyer with the 2, and Darling with the 3. 10-year-old cruiser Haugen, Kennard, and Thule. Venom colors leading the way. That's Haugen out front, followed by the 587 bike of Alex Kennard on the 2 spot. Caden Thule for Fat Kid Racing sitting on the 3. Once again, Total Point Racing action here as they head on home. Going to be Haugen with that top spot, Kennard with the 2, and Thule with the 3. 11-year-old cruiser Stokelmeyer, Hampton, and Dillon. The 1 bike up front, that's Blake Dillon leading the way. Got Stokel on his hip pocket as they head down the 3rd straight. Got room for 1 moving on as those 2 are going to battle it down the last straight, looking to see who can make it straight on to the main event. Going to be Stokel coming by with the sole transfer out of Moto 14. A reminder too, folks, we're going to move straight into second round. There will be very little pause in between first and second round, so please make sure you're ready for it. 12-year-old cruiser on the track, Card, D'Amico, and Anderson. Black Widow colors on point. That's Anderson leading the way, followed up by a bent rim colors, a Car on that 2 spot. Coming down the line, going to be Anderson with the 1, Car with the 2, and Silas with the 3. 13-year-old cruiser, Blummer, Copy, Robinson, and Fields. 4 riders going to have 1 moving straight on to the main event. It's going to be Blummer on point, leading the way. Fields sitting on that 2 spot. Robinson and Copy sitting 3 and 4. As they head down through the last straight, it's going to be the Beast Blummer with your sole transfer out of Moto 16. 17's a Moto 14-year-old cruiser, Trulson, LaPlante, and Dillon. Got to be Dillon on point, followed by Trulson on the 2 spot, LaPlante on the 3. Heading down through the 3rd straight, Black Widow sitting 1 and 2 as Dillon leading the way out front. Going to be Dillon with the 1 spot, Trulson with the 2, and LaPlante with the 3. Moto 18, 15-year-old cruiser, Johnson, Cheerhart, and Getzloff. Got Phenom colors up on point. That's the 11 bike of Cheerhart leading the way, followed up by Getzloff on the 2 spot, Johnson on the 3. Coming down the last straight, Cheerhart going to hold on to that top spot. Getzloff with the 2, Johnson with your 3. 17 to 20-year-old cruiser, Young, Copy, and Wilson. Got a pair of Prodigy colors on point. Got to be a Wilson leading the way, Copy on the 2 spot. The 138 bike of Young sitting on the 3. Coming down through the last straight, it's going to go Wilson with your top spot. Copy with your 2, Young with your 3. Moto number 20 on the track, 36 to 40-year-old cruiser, Haugen, Boersma, and Thule. Venom colors on point. Haugen leading the way, followed by Boersma on the 2 spot, Thule on the 3. Coming down through corner number 3, it's all Venom on point, leading the way down the last straight. Going to be Haugen with the 1 spot, Boersma with the 2, and Thule with your 3. '41 to 45-year-old cruiser, Haugen, Cheerhart, and Rozier. Rozier leading the way. Haugen trying to get there, can't quite get there on corner number 2. Looking to see if he can set it up for corner number 3. Lost too much steam trying for corner number 2. It's all Josh Rozier on point. Rozier going to grab the top spot. Haugen with the 2, and Cheerhart with your 3. 46 to 50-year-old cruiser. This is the Where's the Beef moto as we're 7 riders strong. LaPlante, Woods, Trapp, Young, Emming, Buren, and Wenich. Up on point, the 10 by Dan Wenich leading the way. I believe that's Woods on the 2 spot as they're heading down through corner number 3. Rubin is racing for that 3rd spot as top 3 are going to move on. It's going to be Wenich, Woods, and the 30 bike of Buren with that last transfer. Out of moto number 22. 23 is the moto 51 to 55-year-old cruiser, Swingler, Austin, Fritzmeyer, Purrier, and Calamine. Venom colors leading the way. Got to be Chad Purrier out front, followed by Fritzmeyer on that 2 spot. Got a bunch of company coming as all these riders over the age of 51 coming down through the last straight. Top 2 moving on. Going to be Purrier and Fritzmeyer with the transfers. First rack of 5 and under novice, 9 riders strong. They're going to combine for 2nd round. Got Jeffy, Wentendorf, Amundsen, Schulinger, and Farley. Yep, on point. Looks like we got the 18 bike of Schulinger leading the way, followed by the 284 of Farley on the 2 spot. The 92 of Vega. Jeffy sitting on that 3 spot. Front 3 checking out from the rest of the pack. Got room for 2 moving straight on to the main event as they come on home. Battle's going to be on for that top spot. Looks like it's going to be Schulinger with a transfer at the line. I believe that was still Farley holding on for that 2nd transfer. Rack number 2 of 5 and under novice, Johnson, Hoskins, Haugen, Orn. Hoskins checked out from the rest of the pack. The 25 bike of Johnson on that 2 spot, followed by the 228 of Haugen on your 3. Skylar Orn out here, 3 years old, pedaling the big track here with the 5 and under group. Coming down through the line, going to be Sabotage Hoskins with the 1st transfer. 2nd transfer going to go to Nora Johnson with the 2nd transfer. Moto 26 on the track. This is 6-year-old novice. Weidendorf, Koch, Stanky, Winch, Gill, and Larson. Up on point, the 15 bike of Stanky leading the way, followed by the 164 bike of Winch on your 2 spot. The 132 of Kingston Gill sitting on the 3. They're all stretched out single file as they head across the Minnesota Strong logo on the 3rd straight. Shout out to Larry and Sam for their painting jobs on that. Top 2 going to move on. It's going to be the 15 bike and the 164. So the 15 bike of Stanky with a transfer and the 164 of Winch with your 2nd transfer. Moto 27 heading down the 1st straight. This is 7-year-old novice. Rozier, Larson, Hoffman, Towers, Amundsen, Darling, and Larson. Got room for 3 moving straight on to the main event as they're heading down through corner number 1. Up on point, that's the 277 getting passed though by the 804 bike. 804 bike of Towers taking over that top spot through corner number 2. The 277 or Uriah Larson on that 2 spot. Losing another spot or 2 as they head down the last straight. Going to be the 804 bike with the transfer, the 556 and the 590. So that's the 804 of Towers with the transfer, the 556 of Amundsen, And the 590 of Rozier with your transfers out of Moto 27. 28's the Moto 8-year-old novice, Weindorf, Kramer, Seller, and Goth. The 45 bike on point, that's Kramer leading the way, followed by the 285 bike of Sellner on the 2 spot. Weindorf and Goth sitting 3 and 4 as they head down through corner number 3. Top rider going to move straight on to that main event. Right now it's Kramer leading the way. Going to be Kramer, St. Cloud, Minnesota's own, with your transfer. Moto 29 on the track. This is 10-year-old novice, Koch, Zabrowski, and Kleinsmith. Total point racing action here is we got the 733 bike from Melrose, Wisconsin on point, leading the way, followed by the 52 of Zambrowski on the 2 spot. The 947 of Lucy Cook sitting on that 3 spot, coming down through corner number 3. It's going to be Kleinsmith holding on for that top spot. The 52 of Zabrowski with the 2 and Cook with the 3. 11-year-old novice, total point racing, Meisner, Clark, and Cook. 566 bike, Brody Cook leading the way, followed by the 113 of Meisner on the 2 spot. The 86 bike of Caleb Clark on your 3. Coming down the last straight, it's going to be Cook holding on to that top spot. Meisner with the 2 and Clark with the 3. 13-year-old novice, Miguel, Richards, Hammond, Meath, and Simonson. 34 bike on point, leading the way. Meath out front, got a battle on for that 2 and 3 spot as Rubbard elbows through corner number 2. Top 2 going to move on as they head on home. Meath looking to grab that first transfer. Second transfer going. State 3 of Simonson with your second transfer. Losing 1 on the first straight out of Moto 32. Getting that down rider checked out. This is Simonson, Brady, Clark, Berg, Trulinger, Voss, and Darling. Getting that down rider picked back up. I believe that is Simonson that went down. Coming down the last straight, top 3 going to move on. Going to be the 575, the 38, and the 397. So the 397 must be an 897. So that's Trulinger with a transfer. The 38 of Voss with a transfer. Finish line. Who got first? The 528. Wow, my eyes are really bad. That's Brady with your final transfer. 6-year-old intermediate on the track, Birch Osmus, Palmatier, Morgan, Weigel, and Whitaker. It looks like bent rim colors on point. That's a skinny digit Gold Cup plate. A Palmatier leading the way, followed by the State 5 of Birch Osmus on the 2 spot. Prodigy colors of Whitaker sitting on the 3. Coming down the 3rd straight, it's all bent rim leading the way. Coming on home, top 2 moving on. Going to be Palmatier with a transfer and Birch Osmus with your second transfer. 34 is the Moto 7-year-old intermediate. Alsleben, Rhines, Lemmers, Fenzel, Swagger. The Rock 1 on point. That's Lemmers leading the way, followed by the 47 bike of Alsleben on the 2 spot, the 48 of Swagger on the 3, followed up by Fenzel on that 4 spot. Coming down through corner number 3, top 2 going to move on. It's going to be Lemmers on that top spot. First transfer, second transfer going. Calvin Alsleben out of Moto 34. 35 is the Moto 8-year-old intermediate. Beck, Melcho, Deering, Berg, Bacca, Simonson, and Carr. 53 bike out on point, leading the way. Gotta be Bacca leading the way. Got the Jet Melchert on that 2 spot. Bent rim colors coming in on that 3 as they come down through the last straight. Gonna be the 53 bike, the State 6, and the 210. So the 53 bike of Bacca with the transfer, the State 6 of Melchert, and the 2... Was that the 211 with the final transfer? 211 of Beck with your final transfer. 9-year-old intermediate Locken and Schwartz, Sievers, Olson, Voss, and Miguel. Got the 144 bike Ben Lockenen leading the way. Is he the one that lost teeth last night out at the skate park? One of them Lockenen boys did. Going to be Ben grabbing that first transfer, the 67 bike of Sievers with that second transfer. On a 9-year-old intermediate, Moto 36. 37's Moto rack number 2 of our 9-year-old, Smith, DeRozier, Bolin, Fritzmeyer, Pepin, and Ferris. The 46 bike leading the way, Tate Bolin on front, followed up by, I believe that is Black Widow colors, Fritzmeyer on the 2. Coming on down is going to be Bolin with the transfer and the 12 bike of Fritzmeyer. Moto 38 on the track. This is 10-year-old intermediate, Stark, Smith, Richard, Stuhl, Hoskins, Reitmeyer, and Friedland. The 106 bike on point. That's Spanky Hoskins leading the way. Got company coming as they head down through corner number 3. Top 3 going to move on as they head down through the last straight. Going to be Hoskins with that top spot, followed by the 91. Battle on the 9 bike. 91 of Richards, the 9 of Thule with your 3 transfers. Moto 39, 11-year-old intermediate, Meath, Euchre, Kleinsmith, Clark, Winter, and Swagger. The state 5 on point leading the way. That's got to be Carter Meath leading out front, followed by Euchre on the 2 spot. Winter sitting on the 3 as they come down through corner number 3. Top 2 going to move on. Out front's going to be Crank Lab colors, Meath with the transfer, and Euchre with that second transfer. Moto number 40, 12-year-old intermediate, Trapp, Sievers, Klingelhofer, D'Amico, and Herbal. Bent rim colors on point. The 92 bike of Klingelhofer leading the way, followed by the 95 of Trapp on the 2 spot. The 130 of Herbal for Black Widow sitting on the 3. Coming down through corner number 3. Top 2 going to move on. It's all the Iceman. Klingelhofer out front, going to grab a spot. Followed by the 95 of Trapp with your second transfer. Moto 41 on the track, Total Point Racing. 13-year-old intermediate, Stifus, Danielson, and Jaffe. The 52 bike out front, Jack Jaffe leading the way, followed by the 124 of Stifus from St. Joseph, Minnesota on that 2 spot, S-squared colors. Coming down through the last straight, it's going to be Jaffe with the top spot. Steffes with the 2, and Danielson with the 3. 14-year-old intermediate, Reitmeyer, Kurt, Berg, and Heilman. The 74 bike leading the way. That is Berg out front, followed up by the 3 bike of Kurtz on the 2 spot. Top rider going to move straight on as they battle it down the last straight. It's going to be Berg just holding on. Moto 43 on the track, 16-year-old intermediate, Johnson, Calamine, Fields, and DeRozier. Up on point, the state 2 of DeRozier leading the way, followed by the 16 bike of Ella Fields on the 2 spot. Johnson on the 3, Calamine on the 4. Coming down through corner number 3, it's all Riot colors on point. DeRozier going to grab that sole transfer out of 43. 44 is the Moto 21 to 25-year-old intermediate, Haugen, Tufty, Young, and Keach. The 245 bike on point leading the way. That's Austin Tufty out front. I believe that's Hogan on the 2 spot. Coming down through corner number 3, it's all Tufty leading the way. Going to be Tufty with that sole transfer. Out of 44. 45 is the Moto 41 to 45-year-old intermediate, McCallis, Copy, Johnson, Trapp, Carr, and Rozier. Looks like Rozier leading the way coming into corner number 2. Carr on that 2 spot. Got company coming on that 3 as they head down through corner number 3. Top 2 going to move straight on as Carr flip-flops, takes over that top spot. Drag race coming down the back straight. Going to be, I got to go to the line. I know that's Carr with the transfer. Second transfer, Carr and We'll come back to that 4650 Buren, Young, LaPlante, Painter, Calamine, Swager, and O'Connor. 3 transfers up for grabs as they come down the last straight. Going to be the 899, the 101, and the State 1. So the 899 of Swager, the State 1 of O'Connor, and the 101 of Buren. Back to Moto 45, the second transfer finish line. The 604 of Josh Rozier with that second transfer out of Moto 45. The 142 of Carr and the 604 of Rozier with the transfers out of 45. 47's Moto 8-year-old expert girls, Tollefson, Voss, Kutris, McCulley, and Kutris. Up on point, box colors leading the way. That's Tollefson with transfer number 1. Second transfer going to be the Gold Cup 1 of the Beast, Abigail Voss. 48's the Moto full rack, 11-year-old expert girls, Wilking, Huseman, Boland, Cheerhart, Voss, Stokel, Wilmert, Cheerhart. Hyper colors on point. That's Wilmert leading the way. Got Stokel on the 2 spot, Boland on the 3. Coming down through corner number 3. Top 3 going to move on. It's all the Hamburger. Nora Wilmert out front. Going to be Wilmert, Stokel, and Boland with your transfers. 13-year-old expert girls, Chartrand, Haugen, Andrews, Boker, Austin, and Myers. Hyper color leading the way. That's Chartrand out front. Got Haugen on the 2 spot. Boker and Myers sitting 3 and 4 as they head down through corner number 3. We got room for 2 moving straight on to the main event. Going to be Chartrand with the first transfer, Haugen with the second. Moto number 50, 17 to 20-year-old women, Bitts, Carlson, and Jeffers. Looks like we got Bitts leading the way, followed by Jeffers on the 2 spot, Carlson on the 3. Coming down the 3rd straight, S-squared colors out front, leading the way into corner number 3. Jeffers right on her hip pocket as they head down through the last straight. Gonna be Bitts with the 1 spot, Jeffers with the 2, and Carlson with the 3. Expert boys on the track, 6-year-old experts of Moto 51, Falkowski, Friedland, Schwartz, and Kutris. Falkowski leading the way, followed by Kutris on the 2 spot. You got Friedland on the 3, coming down through the last straight. Top rider going to move straight on. It's going to be Falkowski with that sole transfer out of Moto 51. Second round, start making your way back to staging, please. Second round, start heading over to staging as we want to move right into second round. 7-year-old experts on the track, Hansen, Doomer, and Matheson. I believe that's Hansen on point, leading the way. Doomer on the 2 spot, Matheson on the 3. Coming down the last straight. It's going to be the 55 bike of Hansen holding on to the top spot. Doomer with the 2, and the Hammer Matheson with the 3. 53 is the Moto, Tyson, Seitzer, Bushy, Ochoa, and Selner. Tyson leading the way, followed by Seitzer on the 2 spot. The 19 bike of Ochoa on the 3. Selner on the 4 as they head down through corner number 3. Top 2 going to move on. It's all Tyson leading the way out front. Going to be Tyson with the first transfer, followed by the Neg 9 of Seitzer with your second transfer. 9-year-old expert, Total Point Racing, Tyson, Darling, and Alba. Tyson out front, got Alba on the 2 spot. Skinny digit of Darling sitting on the 3. Coming down the 3rd straight, single file. Past the full tilt corner, it's still Tyson. Coming down through the finish line, going to be Tyson holding on for that top spot. Alba with the 2, and Darling with your 3. 10-year-old expert, Haugen, Kennard, Burke, and Pollock. Battle on for that top spot as right now Haugen's leading the way. Got Pollock coming in on that 2 spot. The 27 bike of Burke sitting on the 3. Coming down through corner number 3. Pollock taking the line away, taking over that top spot. Coming down through the line. Top rider going to move on. Pollock with your sole transfer. Again, second round, start making way to staging, please. We're going to keep things moving. Losing 2 riders in corner number 1. This is 11-year-old expert, rack number 1. Sampson, Dillon, Zilke, Kendrowski, and Westfall. That's the 7 bike of the Mini Cooper out on point, leading the way. Down riders back up, getting their bikes untangled. Going to be Kendrowski with the first transfer. Second transfer, the 20 bike of Gannon Zilke. Looks like that was Westfall and Dillon going down, getting tangled up in corner number 1. We'll see him back for round number 2. Once again, second round, start making your way back to staging. We're going to kick things off with Pro-Am in second round. Most of those riders experts, so we're going to give them just a minute to catch their breath. This is rack number 2 of 11-year-old expert, Moto 57, Conklin, Hampton, Myers, Stokel, Iverson. Got to be Stokel on point, Iverson on that 2 spot, the 35 bike of Conklin on the 3, followed by Myers on your 4. Coming down through corner number 3, top 2 moving on. It's all Stokel on point, looking to take that first transfer. Stokel and Iverson with your transfers. 12-year-old expert, Moto 58, Anderson, Berg, Newark, Larson, Carr, and Gaunet. Got to be Anderson leading the way, followed by Carr on the 2 spot, Gaunet, and the C bike of Larson on the 4. Coming down single file through corner number 3, it's all Anderson, Black Widow colors out front. Gonna grab the first spot. Carr with your second transfer. This is rack number 1 of your 13-year-old expert, Merkowitz, Byland, Copy, Fields, and Blummer. The Beast Blummer on point, leading the way, followed up by your 6 bike of Fields on the 2, Merkowitz and Byland sitting 3 and 4. As they head down through corner number 3, Fields takes over that top spot. Got a drag race coming on home as it's going to be Blummer and Fields with the transfers. Rack number 2, a 13-year-old expert, Elzeben, Robinson, Geving, Huseman, and Klein. The Flying Donut Prodigy colors of Robinson leading the way, followed by the 10 bike of Klein on the 2 spot. Elzeben sliding into the 3 spot going through corner number 2. As they head down through the last straight, top 2 moving on. Going to be Robinson with your first transfer and the 10 bike of Klein with your second transfer. 14-year-old expert, full rack of riders straight. Isaacs, Dillon, Welkley, Grabinski, Eller, Lyon, and LaPlante. Got to be Dillon leading the way coming down through the second straight. I believe that's Eller on the 2 spot. Isaac sitting on the 3. Grabinski looking to nose on in as they come down into corner number 3. Grabinski going from 4th to 2nd coming through the corner. Top 3 moving on. Going to be Dillon, Eller, and Grabinski. I know Joe's out here as I hear Nora cheering from the sidelines. Must be 15-year-old experts on the track. Meyer, Getzloff, Cheerhart, Wilmert, Lloyd, and Moore. The Maniac Marcus Moore on point, followed by Wilmert on the 2 spot. Meyer and Lloyd sitting 3 and 4 as they head down through corner number 3. Top 2 moving on. Going to be Moore and Wilmert with the transfers. Again, second round back to staging, please. Second round back to staging. 17 to 20-year-old experts, Chartrand, Wilson, Copy, Casanova, Nelson, Kennedy, and Rystrom. Up on point, Black Widow colors leading the way. That's the 10 bike of Diamond Devin Nelson out front, followed by the 2 bike of Casanova on the 2 spot. Got to be the 19 bike of Wilson sitting on the 3. Top 3 moving on as it's going to be Nelson, Casanova, and the 1 bike coming by at the line. That's Rystrom with your final transfer. 21 to 25-year-old experts, Morin, Goth, and Shrimp. Up on point, gotta be the 113 bike of Johnny Goth leading the way, followed by the 279 of Caleb Morgan on the 2 spot. Out of Omaha, Nebraska, got Brian Shrimp sitting on the 3. Coming down through the line, gonna be Goth with that top spot. Morgan with the 2, and Shrimp with the 3. Moto 65, 36 to 40-year-old expert, Boris Mathul, Haugen, and Haugen. Got to be Jesse Haugen on point, followed by Borisma on the 2 spot, Sam Haugen on the 3, And the 47 bike of Adam Thule on the 4. Got room for one moving straight on as they come down through corner number 3. It's still Haugen leading the way. Going to be Jesse Haugen with that transfer. Last rack of round number 1, second round. Please head on over to staging. 51 and over expert. This is Schaefer, Purrier, and Amon. Up on point, BMA leading the way. That's Amon out front, followed by Purrier on the 2 spot. The 24 bike of James Schaefer on your 3. Coming down through corner number 3, it's all BMA on point. Gonna grab up that top spot. Purrier with your 2, and Schaefer with a 3. Once again, second round, back to staging, please. We're gonna let our Pro-Am riders catch their breath for just 30 seconds or so. We'll be back in just a minute. Ready to kick off round number 2. This is a women's Pro-Am up on the hill. Bitts, Fields, Kurtz, and Chartrand. Once again, these girls battle in 3 rounds total point racing action as they head down the first straight. It's going to be Chartrand with the edge heading into corner number 1. Bitts sitting on that 2 spot, followed up by Fields and Kurtz sitting 3 and 4. Single file as they head down through the 3rd straight. It's all Hypercolors leading the way. Chartrand out front. Coming down through the line, going to be Chartrand with the top spot. Bitts with your 2. Fields and Kurtz with your 3 and 4. Rack number 1, boys Pro-Am getting set to drop in. Always waiting on the big guy. The one guy that didn't have to run in first round of the amateurs, we got McGrath, Wilson, Duvall, Isaacs, and Nelson. Gate drops down. Once again, we got 9 riders strong. Got to narrow them down to the fastest 8 out of 3 rounds total point racing action. It's McGrath leading the way coming down through the 2nd straight. Got Isaacs on, or Nelson on that 2 spot. Duvall sliding up to that 2 spot, heading down through corner number 2. It's still the big guy, Elliot McGrath, leading the way coming down the last straight. Going to be McGrath, Duvall, Nelson, Isaacs. Rack number 2, boys Pro-Am, Meyer, Wilmer, Morgan, and Goth. Gate drops down, battle out front. Looks like Goth got a little bit of an edge coming into corner number 1. Wilmert sitting on that 2 spot, Meyer on the 3. Coming down through the 2nd corner, it's all Goth leading the way. Wilmert trying to get there, can't quite get there through corner number 2. In and out of corner number 3 they go. It's still Goth leading the way coming down the last straight. Going to be Goth with your top spot. Myers, I think, with the stretch got the 2. Wilmert with your 3. Moto number 6, for those of you keeping track at home and out in the pits, this is 11-12 girl cruiser. Voss, Swager, Olson. 3 riders, 2 spots left up for grabs. Looks like we got Dingman's colors leading the way out front. Got to be the 276 of Hannah Swager out front, followed by the 938 of the Beast, Abigail Voss on the 2 spot. Kendall Olson sitting on the 3. As they come down through the Rockstar Rhythm section, it's all Swager out front. Going to grab that top spot, followed by Voss with your second transfer. Moto 7, 13-14 girl cruiser, Meyer, Haugen, Kurtz. It's Haugen on point, followed by Myers in the 2 spot. Kurtz on the 3. Single file through the full tilt corner. It's all Venom out front. Gonna be Haugen taking that top spot. Myers with your 2 and Kurtz with your 3. 17-20 women's cruiser, Friedland, Collison, and Amundsen. Up on point, Synergy colors leading the way. That's got to be Collison, followed by Minnesota Lawman colors of Friedland on the 2 spot. The 734 of Lindsay Amundsen. Bismarck, North Dakota sitting on that 3 spot. Top 2 going to move on as they come on home. Going to be Collison with that first transfer. And Friedland with your second transfer. Automoto number 8, Moto 9 on the track, 41-45 women cruiser, Laszlo, Copy, and McDonough. The Rock 1 bike out front of She-Ra Copy, followed by Laszlo on the 2 spot, and McDonough on the 3. These girls all stretched out as they head on home. Gonna be Copy grabbing that top spot. Laszlo with the 2, and McDonough with the 3. I don't even have to read my sheet. I can just listen to the crowd and know who I got to announce. 7 and under cruiser on the track. Weigel, Johnson, Birch, Osmus. 3 riders, 2 spots up for grabs. Got to be Birch Osmus on point, followed by the 52 bike of Johnson on the 2 spot. Weigel sitting on the 3. Coming down through corner number 3. It's all Dingman's colors. Leading the way out front. Isani, Minnesota's own Birch Osmus with that first transfer. Second one coming down the line. The 52 bike of Johnson with your second transfer. Moto 11 on the track. This is 8-year-old cruiser Melcher, Tyson, Bushy. It's Tyson out front, followed by Bushy on the 2 spot. The 510 bike of the Jet, Melcher on the 3. Coming down through corner number 3. It's all Tyson leading the way. Going to take that top spot. Dingman colors of Bushy going to hold on for the 2, and Melcher with a 3. 9-year-old cruiser Tyson, Darling, and Fritzmeyer. Tyson leading the way. The 24 bike of Darling sitting on the 2 spot. Fritzmeyer on the 3. All right, now them 2 flip-flop from how they did round number 1 as they come down through corner number 3. Lucas Tyson leading the way, going to grab that top spot. Battle on for the 2. They come on home, going to be the 24 bike of Darling with the 2, Fritzmeyer with the 3, giving us a 2.55 total point race. Moto 13, 10-year-old cruiser Haugen, Kennard, and Thule. Venom colors on point. That's Haugen leading the way. Kennard on the 2 spot. Thule on the 3. Coming down through the last straight, going to be Haugen with the top spot. Kennard 2 and Thule with your 3. 11-year-old cruiser Meyer, Hampton, Dillon. Skinny Digit on point. That's Dillon leading the way, followed by Myers on the 2 spot. Hampton on the 3. Single file as they head down into corner number 3. Top 2 going to move on. Black Widow colors spinning it up. Gonna be Dillon with the first transfer and Myers with your second transfer. 12-year-old cruiser Carr, D'Amico, and Anderson. Carr and Anderson battling it out front. Anderson got the edge coming into corner number 2. Carr right on his back tire sitting in that 2 spot. Silas D'Amico sitting on the 3. Coming down through corner number 3. One goes high, one goes low. Let's see who comes out in front. Going to be Anderson with that top spot. Carr with the 2 and D'Amico with the 3. Moto 16, 13-year-old cruiser. Copy, Robinson, Fields. 3 riders, 2 spots left up for grabs. Going to be Robinson on point, followed by Fields on the 2 spot. Copy on the 3. Coming down through corner number 3. Almost look like Robinson and Fields are talking to each other as they head down through the last straight. Robinson and Fields with the transfers. 17's your moto. This is 14-year-old cruiser, Total Point Racing. Dylan Trulson, LaPlante up on point. Dylan leading the way, followed by LaPlante on your 2 spot. Trulson on the 3. Total Point Racing here as they head down through corner number 3. It's all Dylan on point. Going to grab up that top spot. Drag race on for the 2. I got to go to the line. I think that was Trulson at the line grabbing the 2 spot. LaPlante with the 3. Nice stretch at the line. Moto 18, 15-year-old cruiser Johnson, Cheerhart, and Getzloff. Cheerhart leading the way. Got to be Getzloff on the 2 spot. Johnson on the 3. Coming down the last straight, Phenom Colors leading the way. Cheerhart with your 1. Getzloff with the 2. And Johnson with your 3. 17 to 20-year-old cruiser Young, Copy, Wilson. It looks like we got Copy on point. Wilson on the 2 spot. Young on the 3. Total Point Racing here as these two have flip-flopped from round 1. Copy leading the way, coming down the last straight. Going to be Copy with the 1, Wilson the 2, Young with the 3, knotting them up 3 points apiece. Moto number 20, 36 to 40-year-old cruiser, Haugen, Boersma, and Thule. Haugen on point, Boersma on the 2 spot, Thule on the 3. Single file Total Point Racing action here as we come down through corner number 3. It's all Venom Colors on point. Going to be Haugen with the top spot, Boersma with the 2, and Thule with your 3. A reminder, at the end of second round, we will close 50-50 sales. I'm sure we're up over $400 going out to the winner today. We got till the end of second round for 50-50 sales. All proceeds of those sales helping us keeping improvements going on here at the track. This is Haugen, Rozier, Cheerhart. Battle on out front. Going to be Rozier with that top spot, Haugen with the 2, and Cheerhart with your 3. 46 to 50-year-old cruiser, LaPlante, Trapp, Young, and Emig. On point, the 787, a Trapp leading the way, followed by the 198 bike of Emig on the 2 spot. LaPlante sitting on the 3. Young just getting announced as the new track operator out in Spicer, sitting on that 4 spot. Transfer is going to go Trapp, Emig, and LaPlante. Big thank you to Steve for stepping up to be track operator at one of our Minnesota tracks. 51 to 55-year-old cruiser, Moto 23, Swinger, Austin, and Calamine. Got room for 2 moving on as they come down through the last straight. It's going to be the 31 bike at Calamine with the first transfer. Second transfer, the 903 of Swingler. This is Moto 24 and 25 combined. We got Jaffe, Wendendorf, Amundsen, Haugen, and Orn. 5 riders, 4 spots up for grabs. The 228 bike on point. That's Isaac Haugen leading the way. Got a whole mess of company coming, all stretched out down the 3rd straight. It's all Isaac Haugen, Cedar, Minnesota, leading the way, coming down the last straight. Got company on his outside hip pocket, though, as the 92 bike of Jaffe going to get that second transfer. 2 more spots up for grabs. Going to be the 541 bike of Amundsen with a transfer. Last spot going out, the 741 bike of Weidendorf, just going to hold on at the line. Moto 26 on the track. This is Weidendorf, Cook, Gill, and Larson. 4 riders, 3 spots left up for grabs. Up on point, leading the way. That is, I believe, the 114 bike of Weidendorf. Going to grab that first transfer. The 132 bike of Gill with the second transfer. And the 122 of Jet Larson with your final transfer. 27's the Moto 7-year-old novice. This is Larson, Hoffman, Darling, and Larson. 277 bike on point. That's Uriah Larson leading the way. By the way, parents, them orange numbers are really, really, really hard to read. As the 277 of Larson's going to get the first transfer, the 178 bike with a transfer, and the 41. So the 178 of Darling and the 41 of Hoffman with your final transfer. Moto 28, 8-year-old novice Weidendorf, Seller, and Goth. Seller on point. I believe that is Weidendorf on the 2 spot, Goth on the 3. Top 2 going to move on as they head down through the last straight. It's all Sellner out front. Going to grab that top spot, followed by the 22 of Weidendorf with your second transfer. 29 is the Moto, Cook, Zembrowski, and Kleinsmith. Total point racing action. 733 bike of Kleinsmith on point, leading the way, followed by the 52 of Zembrowski on the 2 spot, Cook on the 3. Single file, the same order they were in round number 1. Looking to put a battle on up front, though. It's going to be the 733 of Kleinsmith holding on for that top spot. The 52 bike of Zembrowski with the 2, Cook with your 3. 11-year-old novice, Meisner, Clark, and Cook. Total point racing, the 566 of Cook leading the way, followed by the 113 of Meisner on the 2. Clark sitting on your 3 spot. Coming down through the last straight, it's all the 566 of Cook out front. Going to grab the 1 spot, the 113 of Meisner with the 2, and Clark with your 3. 13-year-old novice, Moto 31, Miguel Richards, Hammond. 3 riders, 2 spots left up for grabs. Sliding into that 2 spot through corner number 2. I believe that is Miguel sliding into the 2. Going to give the corner right back up in corner number 3, though, as they head on home. Going to be Hammond with your top spot. Second transfer going. I got to go to the line for that. The Gold Cup 2 of Miguel at the line, holding on for that transfer. 32 is the Moto on the track. This is 36 to 40-year-old novice, Simonson, Clark, and Berg. Up on point, Berg leading the way. Black Widow colors out front. That's Berg with that top spot. Second transfer going out. The 198 bike of Darling, and the looks like we had one not answering. I'm guessing Simonson didn't make it after going down in the first round, so Clark also with a transfer. Moto 33, 6-year-old intermediate. We got Morgan, Weigel, and Whitaker. 3 riders, 2 spots left up for grabs coming down the last straight. Gonna be Morgan on point with the first transfer, and Whitaker with your second transfer. 34 is the Moto, Rhines, Fenzel, Swagger. 3 riders, 2 spots. The 48 bike on point. That's Nathan Swagger leading the way, followed by Fenzel on the 2 spot. Phenom colors of Rhines sitting on the 3. It's all Dingman leading the way out front. Gonna be Swagger and Fenzel with your transfers. 35 is your Moto. This is 8-year-old intermediate. Deering, Berg, Simonson, Carr. The 109 bike leading the way. This is Deering out front. Carr on the 2 spot. Battle on at the back of the pack as teammates battling to get that last transfer spot. Coming down through the last straight, going to be the 109, the 60. So the 109 bike of Deering with the transfer, the 60 of Carr with the transfer, and that last transfer finish line. The 104 of Simonson with your final transfer. 9-year-old intermediate, rack number 1, Schwartz, Olson, Voss, Miguel got room for 2. Coming down the last straight, the Gold Cup 2 out front. That's going to be Kendall Olson with the first transfer. Second one got to go to the line. The 21 of Schwartz with your second transfer at the line. Rack number 2, 9-year-old intermediate, Smith, DeRozier, Pepin, and Ferris. Once again, we got room for 2. Crank Lab colors leading the way. I'm guessing that's Austin Smith. It is the 89 bike of Austin Smith out front. Going to grab the first transfer. The 25 bike of Ferris with your second transfer. 38, the moto on the track, 10-year-old intermediate, Stark, Smith, Reitmeyer, Friedland. The 15 bike leading the way, that is Smith out front, followed by Stark on the 2 spot. Reitmeyer and Friedland sitting 3 and 4. We got room for 3 as they come on home. Battle on out front, going to be the 13, 15, and the 4. So Stark, Smith, and Reitmeyer with your transfers. 11-year-old intermediates, Kleinsmith, Clark, Winter, and Swagger. The 5 bike leading the way. Got company coming as the 10 bike tries to get underneath. Couldn't quite seal the deal, but still gets that top spot coming down through the 3rd straight. It's the 10 bike of Winter leading the way, coming down through the last straight. Going to be Winter with the transfer, the 5 bike and the 732. So the 5 bike of Swagger, 732 of Kleinsmith with your transfers. 40s Moto 12-year-old intermediate, Sievers, D'Amico, Herbal. The 15 bike out front, that's D'Amico, followed by the 130 of Jack Herbal on the 2 spot. Sievers sitting on the 3. We got room for 2 as they head down through corner number 3. It's all D'Amico out front, leading the way. Going to be D'Amico with the first transfer. And the 130 bike of Herbal with your second transfer. 41 is the moto. Steffes, Danielson, Jeffy. I believe that's Jack Jeffy leading the way out front. Council Bluffs, Iowa, going to grab that top spot. The 124 of Steffi's holding on for the 2 spot. Danielson with the 3. 14-year-old intermediate, Reitmeyer, Kurtz, and Hellman. The 3 bike out front, that's Kurtz leading the way, followed by the 167 of Hellman on the 2. Synergy colors, the A bike of Reitmeyer on the 3. Top 2 moving on as Kurtz going to grab the first transfer, and the 167 of Hellman with your second transfer. '16-year-old intermediate, Johnson, Calmine, Fields. Ella Fields on point, leading the way, followed by Johnson on the 2 spot. Got Calmine on the 3. Again, top 2 moving on as they come on home. Going to be Fields with the first transfer and the 42 bike of Johnson with your second transfer. 44 is the moto, 21 to 25-year-old intermediate, Haugen, Young, Keach. The 138 bike sliding into that top spot, coming down through corner number 2. That's Young. Got company on the inside as they flip-flop spots through corner number 2. Drag race coming down through the line. Gonna be the 860 bike of Hogan and the 138 of Young with the 2 transfers. 41 to 45-year-old intermediate, McAllis, Copy, Johnson, Trapp. S squared colors leading the way. That's 27 bike of McAllis out front. I believe that's Trap on the 2 spot, Copy on the 3. Coming down through corner number 3, it's all McAllis out front. Going to grab that top spot. Trap with your 2 and Copy with your 3. 46 of the Moto, 46 to 50-year-old intermediate, Young, LaPlante, Painter, Calamine. Painter on point, the 143 bike. I don't have, oh yeah, there it is. Calamine with that 2. LaPlante sitting on that 3 spot. Coming on home, going to be Painter with the top spot. The 143 of Calamine with the second transfer, and LaPlante with your final transfer. 47's the Moto. This looks like expert girls on the track. Kutris, McCulley, and Kutris. Prodigy colors sitting 1 and 2. That's the Kutris sisters. Addie McCulley out here on her first race as an expert girl as she turned up last night. She's taking over that 2 spot heading through corner number 3. Coming down through the line, the drag race is on. Gonna be Kutris and Kutris. Great move for her first expert girl race. Fun to see. 11-year-old expert girls, Wilking, Huseman, Cheerhart, and Voss and Cheerhart. Huseman out front leading the way. Got Cheerhart on the 2 spot. Coming down through the last straight. 4 spots up for grabs. Huseman with the transfer. Cheerhart, the 2 and of Welking and Voss with your final transfer. "13-year-old girls, Andrews, Boker, Austin, and Myers. Coming down through the line, going to be Myers, Boker, and I believe that is Austin with the final transfer. "50's the Moto. We got Bitts, Jeffers, and Collison. Total point racing action here. S squared colors leading the way. That's Bitts out front, followed by Jeffers on that 2 spot. Coming on home, going to be Bitts, Jeffers, and Collison. Expert boys on the track, 6-year-old experts to be exact. Friedland, Schwartz, and Kutris. 3 riders, 2 spots up for grabs. Battle on out front. It is the 33 bike of Samuel Schwartz leading the way, followed by Friedland on the 2 spot. Kutris sitting on the 3. Single file as they head down into corner number 3. Samuel Schwartz coming to us from Elk Point, South Dakota, leading the way, coming down the last straight. Going to be Schwartz and Friedland with the transfers. 7-year-old expert, total point racing, Hansen, Doomer, Matheson. Up on point, the 55 of Levi Hansen leading the way, followed by the 97 bike of the Hammer Matheson on the 2 spot. Doomer trying to shop on up as they head down into corner number 3. Up front, though, it's all Levi Hansen checking out from the other 2. Going to grab that top spot. Coming down through the line, Doomer with the 2 and Matheson with the 3. 53 is a Moto, 8-year-old expert, Bushy, Ochoa, and Sellner. 3 riders, 2 spots up for grabs. Up on point, the 6 bike of Seller leading the way, followed by the 19 of Ochoa on the 2 spot. Dingman colors of Oliver Bucky Bushy on that 3. As Ochoa slides into that top spot, coming down through corner number 3. Coming down through the last straight, Ochoa and Sellner with your transfers. 9-year-old expert, total point racing, Tyson, Alba, and Darling. Tyson out front, followed by Alba on the 2 spot. The Gold Cup 1 of Darling sitting on that 3. Single file as they head down through corner number 3. It's all Tyson. Going to be Tyson with your top spot, Alba with the 2, and Darling with your 3. 55's the Moto, 10-year-old expert, Haugen, Kennard, and Burke. 3 riders, 2 spots up for grabs. Gotta be Haugen on point, leading the way into corner number 2. You got Burke sitting on that 2 spot, followed by the 103 of Kennard. looking for a way to get in as they head down through corner number 3. Haugen, Burke on point coming down the last straight. Going to be Burke and Haugen at the line. 56 is your moto. This is 11-year-old expert, rack number 1, Sampson, Dylan, Westfall. Westfall out front, Dylan on that 2 spot. Them two going down in round number 1, battling it out front. Coming through corner number 3, it's all Westfall leading the way down the last straight. Going to be Westfall and Dylan with your transfers. Rack number 2, 11-year-old expert, Conklin, Hamptons, Myers. Looking for the last 2 to wrap it out, rubbing tires on the back of the pack. It is the 35 bike on point leading the way. That's Conklin, followed up by Hampton on that 2 spot. Myers on the 3, coming down through corner number 3. Myers looking to carve hard, see if he can get a line coming down the last straight. Drag race on, gonna be the 35 bike of Conklin and the 50 of Hampton with your transfers. 12-year-old expert, Berg, Newark, Larson, and Gannett. The C bike leading the way. That is Oliver Olson, followed by Gannett on the 2 bike. Those two running 1 and 2 got 3 spots up for grabs. Going to be Larson, Gannett, and the 19 bike of Newark with your transfers. 13-year-old expert, rack number 1. This is Merkowitz, Byland, Copy. The green machine of Merkowitz leading the way. That's Venom colors out front, followed by Byland on the 2 spot. Copy on the 3. Coming down the last straight, going to be Merkowitz with your top spot and Byland with your second transfer. 13-year-old expert, rack number 2, Alzeben, Geving, Hughesman. 3 riders, 2 spots to round out that full rack in the main event. Minnesota Lawman, the colors on point. That's Alzeben leading the way. Geving on that 2 spot. Hughesman sitting on the 3. Coming down through corner number 3. Battle on out front. Going to be Alzeben with the first transfer and Geving with your second transfer. 61's the moto, straight. Isaacs, Welkley, Lyon, and LaPlante. Got to be Isaacs leading the way coming down the second straight. The 2 bike sitting on the 2 spot. That's Welkley. And the 36, the straight sitting on the 3. Got room for 4 as they head down through the last straight. Going to be Isaacs, Welkley, the 36, and the 37. So straight and Lyon rounding out the transfers. 62's the moto. We got Meyer, Getzloff, Cheerhart, and Lloyd. That's got to be Lloyd on point. Meyer on the 2 spot. Cheerhart on the 3. Coming down through corner number 3. Got Lethal Color sitting 1 and 2. Going to be Myers, Lloyd, and Cheerhart with the transfers. (17 to 20-year-old experts, Chartrand, Wilson, Copy, and Kennedy. All 4 riders riding for Prodigy out here as 17 to 20 class stacked with the Prodigy class. This makes announcing a whole lot of fun. Coming down the last straight, I believe that's Chartrand, Copy, Wilson with the transfers. Moto 64, 21 to 25-year-old expert, Morin, Goth, Shrimp. Goth on point, leading the way, followed by, I believe that's Morin on the 2 spot, Shrimp on the 3. Coming down through corner number 3, it's all Goth on point. Goth with the 1 spot. Shrimp with the 2, Morin with the 3. 65's moto, 36 to 40-year-old expert, Boersma, Thule, Haugen up on point. Boersma leading the way on his Gold Cup 2. Haugen on that 2 spot. Thule sitting on the 3. We got room for 2 as they head down through corner number 3. It's all Boersma leading the way out front. Going to be Boersma and Haugen with your transfers. Last rack of round number 2. This is Schaefer, Purrier, Amon. It looks like the big guy, Amon, leading the way, coming down through corner number 1. Purrier sitting on that 2 spot. Coming into corner number 2, it's Venom sitting 1 and 2. As BMA leading the way through corner number 3. Coming down through the line, going to be Amon with your top spot, Purrier with the 2, and Schaefer with your 3. That's going to do it for round number 2. We're going to do third round of Pro-Am in 5 minutes. Third round of Pro-Am in 5 minutes. Please, all race officials, be back at your spots. And Pro-Am riders, top of the hill. Boys only, third round of Pro-Am in 5 minutes. Once again, third round Pro-Am, top of the hill, please. Third round of Pro-Am, top of the hill. If I can get all race officials back to their positions, we'll run the third round of the boys Pro-Am. All track officials, please get back to your positions. Right after third round of Pro-Am, we will do a little bit of an intermission, couple giveaways to do. I believe we got a move up as well. your 50-50 tickets, please come over to the table right over by registration. Last call for 50-50. Round number 3, boys pro-am set to go. McGrath, Wilmert, Duvall, Nelson, and Morin. Gate drops down. Looks like McGrath on the middle of the pack. Got the edge coming down the first straight. Duvall on his back tire heading down through corner number 1. Looks like Wilmert sitting on that 3 spot coming down the second straight. Duvall, McGrath, Wilmert, Nelson coming down through corner number 3. It's still McGrath leading the way coming down the last straight. Going to be McGrath, Duvall, Wilmert, and Nelson. Rack number 2, boys pro-am, Goth, Isaacs, Myers, Wilson. Gate drops. Looks like battle on between Goth and Isaacs for that top spot coming down the straight. Goth got the edge heading into corner number 1. Isaacs sitting on that 2 spot. Got Meyer and Wilson sitting 3 and 4. Coming into corner number 2, it's all Goth leading the way coming down through corner number 3. Goth, Isaacs, 1, 2 coming down the last straight. Isaacs going to come by, take over that top spot. Going to be Isaacs, Goth, Meyer, Wilson. That's going to do it for qualifying racing. Got a couple giveaways, move up to do, and of course, give away that 50-50 prize. Going to turn it over to Carrie to take care of the giveaways and whatnot. We'll be back with main events in just a little bit. Out on the track, 12 and over experts only on first and second straight. 12 and over experts only, first and second straight only, please. Please do not do full laps, just first and second straight.
All right, thanks, Josh, for doing that. We'll give Josh a break on the microphone, have him drink a water. I want to thank all our volunteers. If you see a volunteer, make sure you thank them. We are solely ran by a volunteer base, so all the help we can get is greatly appreciated. If you're interested in volunteer here at Rum River BMX, you can come up, talk to me or any one of us staff members, and we can point you in the right direction. We are always looking for good volunteers here. So any help is greatly appreciated. We do got some giveaways today. It looks like we got some cool giveaways today, actually. What do we have here? We got Johnny Goth has got a Gatorade. And Aiden Fritzmeyer has got some kind of juice thing and a koozie. Another Paisley Wiedendorf, hope I said that right, has got a juice bottle here. Oh, what do we got here? We got, looks like we got some goggles here for Evan the Tomahawk. And, oh, wow, we got a lava lamp. I hope my name is on this. Oh, this thing is rigged. Kaylee Wiedendorf. And there's one more. We got, and Ashley Hughesman also wins a lava lamp. We need 3 volunteers at our finish line. We cannot finish our race today unless we got 3 volunteers. 3 volunteers for our giveaway today. And should we do the 50-50 first, or we should do the move up first? Move up? Hold off the suspense? What's that? Oh, the tickets. You want the winning tickets here? Oh, well, we can handle that. We're the winners. That way, it's not rigged when I'm not drawing though. So, yep, we're gonna do the move up though. We got a move up today. So, Addie McCauley is moving on up to the girls' club today. She had her 10th win yesterday. It was pretty sweet, too. I was here. I saw it. So she's got her move up today. We're going to go up on the hill here and take a picture. Come on, Mom. So, Addie... It's 80 or Addie? Addie. Okay. Oh yeah, thank you. She's got her 20 wins in, moving up to the girls' club. She's expert. I'll smile for the camera here. Smile for Mom. Let's all give her a big round of applause. Let's wave to the camera here. We got people from all over the world watching us here at Rum River BMX. All right. And you know what, being that she had the move up, I think it's only fair that she gets to draw the 50-50. Right? I mean, yeah? What?
I'm not ready yet.
Oh, so we're not ready yet. Well, that's all right. We can take a short break. But I think she's going to draw the 50-50. How's that?
Yes.
All right.
Sarah and Kira are helping at the finish line with tickets, just so you know.
Okay. All right. We got it. We got a few prizes still up here for Evan Tomahawk. And Johnny Goth has got a Gatorade. I'm sure he'll come get it later on. He's going to need it. So anyway, I still need 3 volunteers for our ticket crew. 3 volunteers for our ticket. Oh, I need 4 volunteers. I'm not gonna volunteer Paul or anything because he's standing right here. Okay, Paul's going to do 1. I need 3 more. All right. Okay. All right. I think I need 1 more then. 1 more. I got 3. I'm going to do 1 more. I need 1 more volunteer. We cannot run the race until we have a... Addie, come on out here and draw this winning ticket here. I'm not giving no money back because I'm winning. So you ain't talking me into nothing. I'm poor.
All right, 50-50 winner. Everybody got tickets. Pull them out. The split is at $676. Winner gonna take $676. Addie, come on over. I need you to close your eyes, reach your hand down in there, dig around. Just make sure you got 1 ticket only. Don't take any more. Just 1 ticket only. Got 1 ticket. If you got a red ticket, it's garbage. What other colors we got? Green tickets, garbage. Yellow tickets, garbage. It's a blue ticket. Winning number for the blue ticket is 141280. Mr. Lloyd with the winning ticket, 141280. You don't look very excited.
Hey, there's a couple kids up in the mezzanine there. Can you guys get off that picnic table, please? Up on the mezzanine.
All right, one thing here, Mr. Lloyd, to avoid having to fill out a tax form, is going to take the $599, donate the rest back to the track. So thank you to Mr. Lloyd. We'll get you your $599.
All right, we're going to take just a short break here, and we're going to get racing back in action. Don't forget to come back tomorrow for the Rum River BMX State Series here, which will be here tomorrow. Registration is from 9 to 11. 9 to 11 tomorrow. Don't forget to stop on up concessions. There's no line here. The burgers were delicious today. Want to thank Reed for cooking them up and all the other concession staff for doing a great job here. Make sure to thank a volunteer if you haven't already. Thank you. Thank you, Carrie and Kristen. All right, I think we're ready to rock and roll, aren't we? Shut the gates down and let's get ready to rock and roll.
Main event staging up. A reminder, first through fourth getting awards today. Local riders, if you can hold off from grabbing your awards till the end. Never mind, we got plenty, so go ahead, grab your awards right away. Again, start staging up, please. All riders, including volunteer kids, can grab your awards for the day. Main moto staging up. set to kick things off, starting off, coming into this main event on 7 points from East Bethel, Minnesota for Synergy Racing, Ella Fields. Also on 7 points from Grand Forks, North Dakota on the 3 bike for 10-8 Racing, Marley Kurtz. On 4 points from Bismarck, North Dakota for S Square National, the 1 bike, the Fox, Rachel Bitts. And coming in on 2 points from St. Joseph, Minnesota for Factory Hyper, the 5 bike, Avery Chartrand. When did she move to St. Joseph, Minnesota? Down. This is round 3 of total point racing action. You got Chartrand and Bitts battling it out front, coming down into corner number 1. Hyper Colors leading the way. It's all Chartrand out front, followed by Bitts on the 2 spot. Fields and Kurtz knotted up, 7 points apiece. So how they cross is how they're gonna finish as they come down through the last straight. It's all Chartrand out front, gonna lead the lap and the day. Chartrand with the win, Bitts with the 2. At the line, gonna be Kurtz and Fields with your 3 and 4. Boys Pro-Am, 9 riders originally, battled 3 rounds to get down to the Fast 8. Starting things off from Isani, Minnesota for Prodigy Racing. The 19 bike, Sprinkles, Colin Wilson. Also from Isani, Minnesota for Black Widow Racing, the 10 bike, Diamond Devin Nelson. From Cambridge, Minnesota for Prodigy Racing on the 5 bike, Jumpin' Joe Wilmert. From Princeton, Minnesota for Speedco Lethal on the 13 bike, the Tomahawk, Evan Myers. From St. Michael, Minnesota for Black Widow Racing on the Nag 8 bike, Cole Isaacs. From Maple Grove, Minnesota, the 113 bike, Johnny Goff. From Linwood, Minnesota, Factory Yes, the 131 bike of Trenton Duvall. And last but not least, from Anoka, Minnesota for Stat Series on the 763 bike, Elliot McGrath. All 8 riders qualifying to get here, leaving us a 1 lap, no crap, winner take all. Gate drops down, looks like from the inside. McGrath getting the edge coming down the first straight. Got Duvall sitting on that 2 spot. Nelson sitting on the 3 as they head down the second straight. It's all McGrath. McGrath, Duvall, Nelson, Goth, and Wilmert single file heading down through corner number 3. This will give you a little preview of what our national is going to look like in a couple of weeks. As McGrath's going to grab the win. Duvall, Nelson, Goth rounding out the top 4. Once again, top 4 getting awards today, so make sure to grab your award slip at the finish line. This is 11-12 Girl Cruiser on the track. Voss, Stokel, Swagger, and Boker. Stokel and Boker side by side coming in corner number 1. Stokel got the edge heading down the straight. Boker on her hip pocket as they head down through corner number 2, followed by the 276 bike, a Swagger on the 3, Voss on that 4 spot. Coming down through corner number 3, it's all Stokel on point. Gonna be Stokel with the win, Boker the 2, Swagger with your 3, and Voss with the 4. 13-14 girl cruiser. This is a 2-4-6 total point race as Haugen got a pair of wins so far, looking to finish up a perfect day. Meyer sitting on 4 points and Kurt sitting on 6. They're single file heading down through corner number 3. Same order they've been in all day. Gonna be Haugen with your win, Myers with your overall 2, and Kurtz with your overall 3. 17-20 women's cruiser, all 3 qualifying to get here. So what you see is what you're gonna get. As hip hop Jenna Jeffers leading the way, got that top spot locked down. Collison sitting on the 2 spot, Friedland on your 3. Coming down through corner number 3, it's all Jeffers. Jeffers going to grab up that win today. Collison going to take home the 2 spot, and Friedland with your 3. 41-45 women cruiser, again a 2-4-6 total point race. Copy leading the way, got that Rock 1 bike shining out front. She always says she's prouder of that Rock 1 bike than any other plate she's earned. Leading the way, coming down the last straight, going to be She-Ra Copy grabbing that top spot. Laszlo on 4 points, going to take home that 2 spot, and McDonough with your 3. 7 and under cruiser, Doomer, Johnson, Schwartz, and Birch Osmus. I believe that's Doomer leading the way, coming down through corner number 1. Black Widow colors rocking it out front. Got the 301 bike of Schwartz on that 2 spot, Birch Osmus on the 3, and Johnson sitting on that 4 spot. Doomer checked out from the rest of the pack as they head down through corner number 3. It's going to be Doomer grabbing up the win today. Schwartz going to take home that 2 spot. Birch Osmus with the 3, and Johnson with your 4. 8-year-old cruiser, this is a 2-4-6 total point race. Tyson, Bushy, Melcher in that order on the day so far. Going to be Tyson leading the way. Bushy with 4 points on that 2 spot. Melcher with 6 points sitting on your 3. Coming down through the last straight, Tyson gonna grab up the win today. Gonna be Bushy with the overall 2 and Melcher with your overall 3. 9-year-old cruiser, Tyson, Darling, Fritzmeyer. This is a 2-5-5 total point race. As Tyson's got a pair of aces, the back 2 battling it out as Fritzmeyer takes over that 2 spot coming through the corner. It's going to be what you see is what you're going to get as Tyson leading the way down the last straight. Going to be Tyson with the win, Fritzmeyer with the 2, and Darling with your 3. 10-year-old cruiser, a 2-4-6 total point race as well as Haugen leading the way with a pair of aces. Kennard sitting on 4 points, Thule on 6. Coming down through corner number 3, it's all Venom on point, leading the way, coming down through their last straight. It's going to be Haugen taking home the win today. Kennard with the overall 2, and Thule with the overall 3. 11-year-old cruiser, Stokel, Meyer, Dillon, all 3 qualified to get here, so what you see is what you get. Stokel leading the way, got Dillon on the 2 spot, Myers on the 3. In and out of corner number 3, all stretched out. It's Riot Colors leading the way. Gonna be Stokel with the win, Dillon with the 2, and Myers with your 3. 12-year-old cruiser, a 2-4-6 total point race. Black Widow Colors leading the way. That's Anderson. Got a pair of aces in his back pocket. Looking to finish up with one more. Got the Gold Cup 1 of Carr sitting on 4 points. D'Amico on 6. Coming down through corner number 3. It's all the 3 bike leading the way, coming down the last straight. Going to be Anderson with the win today, Carr with the 2, and D'Amico with your 3. 13-year-old cruiser, Blummer, Robinson, Fields, all 3 qualifying to get here as they head down through the second straight. Blummer leading the way, Fields on that 2 spot, Robinson sitting on the 3, looking for a way to shop on up as they head down through corner number 3. It's all Blummer out front. Battle on for that 2 and 3 as they head on home. Going to be Blummer with the win, Robinson with the 2, and Fields with the 3. "14-year-old cruiser, 2-4-6 total point race. Dylan out front, got a pair of wins so far. Trulson sitting on 4 points, and LaPlante sitting on 6. Same order they've been in through rounds 1 and 2. Looking to finish it up the same way today as Dylan leads the way down the last straight. Going to grab up the win. Trulson with the 2 and LaPlante with the 3. Another total point race. This is a 2-4-6 as well as Cheerhart's out front. Got a pair of wins so far. Getzloff on 4 points. Johnson on 6. Single file in the same order they were in through rounds 1 and 2. It's all Cheerhart. Phenom Colors leading the way. Gonna be Cheerhart grabbing up the win today. Getzloff with the overall 2 and Johnson your overall 3. 17 to 20 cruisers. This is a 3-3-6 total point race as Prodigy riders are knotted up with 3 points apiece. Wilson on point right now. Copy on that 2 spot. Young sitting on the 3 as Copy and Wilson battle it out for that top spot. Coming down through the line. Going to be Wilson with the win. Copy with the 2 and Young with the 3. Another total point race. This is a 2-4-6 as well as Haugen got a pair of wins so far. Borsma sitting on 4 points. Thule on 6. Coming down through the third straight. It's all Venom Colors out front. Going to be Haugen leading the way coming down the last straight. Haugen going to grab up the win today. Borsma going to take home the overall 2 and Thule with your 3 spot. 41 to 45-year-old cruiser, Haugen, Cheerhart, Rozier, Haugen side by side coming down the second straight. These two have been battling it out yesterday and today. Haugen takes over that top spot coming through corner number 2. Rozier sliding back to that 2 spot. Rozier sitting on 2 points coming into this main event. Haugen on 4 and Cheerhart on 6. So they're going to flip-flop. Haugen crossing first but taking the overall 2. Rozier crossing 2 with the overall 1 and Cheerhart with the 3. 46 to 50-year-old cruiser, LaPlante, Woods, Trapp, Emming, Buren, and Wenich. On point, the 787 bike leading the way. That's Trapp out front, followed by Woods on the 2 spot. Wenich sitting on the 3, followed by Buren on the 4. In and out of corner number 3 they go. Wenich shopping up spots as they come on home. It's going to be Trapp, Woods, Wenich, Buren. 51 to 55 cruisers, Swinger, Fritzmeyer, Purrier, Calamine. Purrier leading the way through corner number 1. Fritzmeyer on the 2 spot. Side by side for that 3 spot as they head down through the second straight. The 31 bike having the edge. That's Calamine stretching it out front. It's all Venom Colors leading the way. Purrier out front leading the pack. Gonna be Purrier with the win. Fritzmeyer the 2. The 31 bike at Calamine the 3 and Swinger with your 4. Full rack of 5 and under novice. This is Jaffe, Wendorf, Amundsen, Trulson, Farley, Johnson, Hoskins, Haugen. That's got to be Sabotage Hoskins on point, followed by the 25 bike of Johnson on the 2. Haugen sitting on the 3. As they come down through corner number 3, it's all Sabotage Hoskins out front, checked out from the rest of the pack. Gonna grab up your win today, the 25 bike of the Dr. Nora Johnson with your 2, the 228 of Haugen with your 3, and the 284 of Farley rounding out the 4 spot. 6-year-old novice, Wendor, Stanky, Winch, Gill, Larson. Looks like Minnesota Lawman Colors on point. The 15 bike of Briella Stanky leading the way on that top spot, followed by the 114 of Weindorf with the 2, the 164 Winch with your 3. Battle on for that last trophy spot, as right now Larson sitting on that 4 spot. Coming on home, it's all Minnesota Lawman Colors out front. Going to be Stanky with the win today, the 114 of Weindorf with the 2, the 164 of Winch with your 3, and the 122 of Larson with your 4. 7-year-old novice losing one on the first straight, back up on the pedals. Rozier, Larson, Hoffman, Towers, Amundsen, and Darling. On point, the 804 bike of Danny Towers leading the way. I believe that's Uriah Larson on that 2 spot. Coming down through corner number 3, it's all Towers leading the way. Coming down the last straight, Towers going to grab up the win today. Larson with that 2 spot, the 556 of Amundsen with your 3, and the 178 of Darling with your 4. 8-year-old novice, Weidendorf, Kramer, Sellner, all 3 qualified to get here, so what you see is what you get. On point, the 45 bike of Kramer leading the way, followed by the 285 bike of Sellner on the 2, the 22 of Weidendorf sitting on the 3. They're single file heading down the 3rd straight. Up on point, it is the 45 bike of Kramer looking to finish up on that top spot. Got company coming, though. It's going to be the 45 bike with the 1. That's Kramer, Sellner with the 2, and Weidendorf with your 3. 10-year-old novice, Total Point Racing, Cook, Zembrowski, and Kleinsmith. The 733 bike out front. Got a pair of wins so far. Looking to finish up a perfect day. That is Kleinsmith. Got Zembrowski on 4 points and Cook on 6. As they head down through the Rockstar Rhythm section, it's going to be Kleinsmith taking the overall win today. The 52 bike of Zembrowski with the overall 2. And Cook with your overall 3. Another 246 Total Point race. Cook out front with a pair of wins so far. The 113 of Meisner with 4 points. The 86 bike of Clark on 6. As they're single file heading down through corner number 3. Brody Cook, winner set Iowa, going to grab up today's win. Going to be Meisner with the 2 spot and Clark with the 3. 13-year-old novice Miguel, Hammond, Meath, and Simonson. Hammond on point, got Meath on the 2 spot, the state 3 bike of Sweet Cheek Simonson on the 3. Coming down through corner number 3, Meath sliding into that top spot, heading down through the last straight. Hammond looking to come back, but Meath, Hammond, Simonson, and the Gold Cup 2 of Miguel rounding out your top 4. 36-40 novice Brady, Clark, Berg, Trulinger, Voss, and Darling. The 528 bike on point leading the way. That's Brady out front. Got Back Kid Racing colors of Voss on that 2 spot. Coming down through the last straight, it's going to be the 528, the 897, the 927. So the 528 of Brady with the 2, or with the 1, the 897 of Trulinger with your 2. I believe that was Berg with the 3 and finish line. Voss with your 4. 6-year-old intermediate, Birch Osmus, Paul Mateer, Morgan, and Whitaker. Up on point, bent rim colors leading the way. That has got to be Paul Mateer out front. Got Whitaker and Birch Osmus battling it out for that 2 and 3. As they come on home, going to be Paul Mateer with the win. Birch Osmus the 2 at the line. Whitaker just holding on for the 3. Morgan with your 4. 7-year-old intermediate, Elsleben, Lemmers, Fenzel, Swagger. The Rock 1 out front. That's Lemmers leading the way, followed by Minnesota Lawman colors of Elsleben on that 2 spot. Venzel sitting on the 3, followed by Swagger on the 4. Coming down through the last straight, it's all Lemmers checked out from the rest of the pack. Lemmers going to grab up the win today. Elsleben with the 2, Fenzel and Swagger rounding it out. We got Beck, Melcher, Deering, Backa, Simonson, and Carr. On point, the 6 bike leading the way. That's Melcher out front, followed by Backa on the 2 spot. The 211 of Beck sitting on the 3. Coming down through the last straight, Minnesota Lawman's leading the way. It's going to be Melcher at the line, the 53, the 211. So that's the 53 bike of Backa, the 211 of Beck. And finish line, help with the 4. The 109 of Deering rounding out the podium. 9-year-old intermediate, full rack of riders, Locken and Schwartz, Severs, Olson, Smith, Bolin, Fritzmeyer, Ferris. On point, the 144 of Ben locking in, leading the way. Got Bolin on the 2 spot. Coming down through the last straight, going to be locking in with your 1, Bolin with your 2. The 12 bike and the 89. So the 12 bike of Fritzmeyer, the 89 of Smith, rounding out your podium. 10-year-old intermediate, Stark, Smith, Richards, Thule, Hoskins, and Rittmeyer. Up on point, the 106 bike of Hoskins leading the way, followed by the 91 bike of Richards on the 2 spot. Smith sitting on that 3. Coming down through corner number 3, it's all Spanky Hoskins on point, leading the way. Gonna be Hoskins grabbing up the win today, followed by the 91, the 15, and the 9. So the 91 of Richards with the 2, the 15 of Smith with the 3, and the 9 of Thule with your 4. 11-year-old intermediate, Meath, Euchre, Kleinsmith, Winter, Swagger. Up on point, it's got to be the 5 bike of Carter Meath leading the way. Euchre on the 2 spot, followed by the 5 bike of Swagger on the 3. Got company coming from the outside as they head down through the last straight. It's all Meath on point. Gonna be Meath with the win. Euchre, Swagger, and the 10 bike of Winter. 12-year-old intermediate, Trapp, Klingelhofer, D'Amico, and Herbal. Bent rim colors leading the way. Gotta be Klingelhofer out front. Coming down the second straight, Klingelhofer leading the way, followed by Trapp in the 2. The 15 bike of D'Amico and Herbal sitting 3 and 4. Coming down through corner number 3, Klingelhofer on point. Klingelhofer going to grab up the win today. Trapp with your 2. The 15 of D'Amico with the 3, and Herbal with the 4. 13 intermediate, this 2-4-6 total point race. As on point, the 52 bike, Jeffy got a pair of wins so far. Phenom colors of Danielson in that 2 spot got 6 points. Steffels with 4 points, so they're going to flip-flop. The 52 of Jeffy going to take the overall 1 today. The 124 crossing 2, but getting the overall 3. The 102 crossing 3, but with the overall 2. 14-year-old intermediate, Kurtz, Berg, Heelman, all 3 qualified to get here, so what you see is what you get. Coming down through the last straight, it is the 3 bike of Kurtz going to grab up the win. The 74 of Berg with your 2, and the 167 of Heelman with your 3. 16-year-old intermediate, Johnson, Fields, and DeRozier, all 3 qualified to get here. It's Fields on point, leading the way, followed by the 42 of Johnson on the 2 spot. The state 2 of DeRozier sitting on the 3. Coming down through corner number 3, Fields going really high. Going to try to hold on to that top spot. Fields going to get the win. I got to go to line for that 2 and 3. The 42 of Johnson holding on for that 2. The state 2 of DeRozier with the 3. 44 is the motor, Hogan, Tofty, and Young. That's Tofty on point, leading the way. Got Hogan on the 2 spot, Young on the 3. Coming down the last straight, gonna be Tufty with your win. The 860 of Hogan with the 2, and Young with the 3. 41 to 45-year-old intermediate, McCallis, Copy, Trapp, Carr, and Rozier. Got to be Rozier on point. Got Carr sitting on that inside. Can't quite, rubbing, can't quite close it. Rozier holds on to that top spot. Bumping tires coming through the corner. Rozier going to hold on for that win today. Coming down to the line. I can't call any of that. That was definitely McCallis with the 4. 2 and 3. The 142 of Carr with the 2 spot, and the 76 of Trapp with your 3. Great racing. 46 to 50-year-old intermediate, Buren, LaPlante, Painter, Kalmine, Swagger, and O'Connor. Painter making a heck of a corner, somehow holding on right at the edge of the tar. He's going to give it right back, though, as everybody comes underneath, losing all kinds of speed. Coming down the last straight, going to be the 899, the 101, the 1, and the 50. Swagger. I said them. I don't remember the names. I need a minute after that one. That might be two good races to go back and look. One rider going down in corner number one. Going to get that rider checked out. This is 8-year-old girls. Tollefson, Voss, Kutris, and Kutris. Got to be Kutris down in corner number one, getting her checked on out. Lil JT leading the way, coming down through corner number three. Voss on that 2 spot. It's going to be Tollefson with your win. Voss with the 2, and Callie Kutris with your 3. As Eliana Kutris getting checked out down in corner number 1. I got to tell you, them older guys, probably 2 of the best races I've seen in a long time. Right. Down rider on her feet. Let's show some love. She is going to get the 4 spot for the day for her efforts. Reminder, tomorrow, got time practices again tomorrow. Everything starts 2 hours earlier tomorrow. Pro-Am riders, you can come back to the finish line, grab your paychecks. All Pro-Am riders, you got your money sitting down at the finish line. Tomorrow, doors will open about a half hour before the first practice. Down rider walking it off. Never like seeing the little ones walking off. Always better when they can finish out that lap. Hopefully she'll get checked out, be back tomorrow. Tomorrow is the 10th stop on the State Series Tour. Gate drops down. This has got to be 11-year-old expert girls Wilking, Huseman, Bolin, Voss, Stokel, Wilmert, Cheerhart. Hyper colors on point. That's Wilmert leading the way. Stokel on that 2 spot. Bolin, Cheerhart sitting 3 and 4. As Huseman sitting on that 5 spot, looking to shop up, coming through corner 2. Can't quite get there. It's a drag race down the 3rd straight to see who can take over that 4 spot. As they come down through the last straight, it's all Wilmert up front. Going to be Wilmert, Stokel, Bolin, and Huseman rounding it out. 13-year-old expert girls, Chartrand, Haugen, Boker, Austin, and Myers. Haugen sitting on that 2 spot. Hyper colors up front. That's Chartrand leading the way. Myers, Boker sitting 3 and 4. As they're single file heading down through the 3rd straight. It's all Chartrand checked out, leading the way. Gonna be Chartrand with the win. Haugen with your 2. Myers and Boker rounding it out. 17 to 20-year-old expert women total point racing. Bitts, Collison, and Jeffers. Bitts got a pair of wins so far. Jeffers on 4 points. Collison on 6. As they head down through corner number 2, it's still Bitts leading the way, coming down through corner number 3. Jeffers looking for a way to get on by. Coming on home, it's going to be Bitts taking the overall win today. Jeffers with the overall 2, and Collison with the overall 3. 6-year-old experts, all 3 qualified to get here. Falkowski, Friedland, and Schwartz. Up on point, it's Falkowski leading the way, followed by the 33 bike of Schwartz on the 2 spot. Friedland sitting on that 3. Coming down through corner number 3. It's all the monster Falkowski coming down the last straight. At the line, Falkowski going to hold on for the win. Schwartz with the 2, and Friedland with your 3. 7-year-old expert, total point racing, Hansen, Doomer, and Matheson. The 55 bike out front, that's Levi Hansen. Got himself a pair of aces so far. Battle on for that 2 and 3 as Matheson and Doomer side by side. Doomer got 4 points coming into this. So it's going to be Hansen with your overall win today. Doomer with your overall 2. And Matheson with the overall 3. All right, so 30-foot infraction getting called to the Nag 9 bike. Hank Seitzer getting moved to the back of the pack, called for a 30-foot infraction. So this race is going to be Tyson out front, going to grab up the win. The 6 bike of Selner taking home the 2 spot. The 19 of Ochoa with the 3, and the Nag 9 of Seitzer moved to last for a 30-foot infraction, taking the 4 spot. 9-year-old expert total point racing, Tyson, Alba, and Darling. This is a 2-4-6 total point race. Tyson leading the way, coming down the second straight. Alba on that 2 spot. The Gold Cup 1 of Darling sitting on the 3. They're single file, same order they've been in through rounds 1 and 2. It's all Tyson on point. Gonna be Tyson with the win, Alba with the 2, and Darling with the 3. Ten-year-old expert Haugen, Burke, and Pollock. Pollock on point, Haugen on the 2 spot, Burke on the 3. They all qualified to get here, so what you see is what you get. Haugen trying to shop for a low line, can't quite get there. Gonna have to race it down the last straight. It's gonna be Pollock with the win, Haugen with the 2, and Burke with your 3. 11-year-old experts, full rack of riders, Dylan, Zilke, Kondrowski, Westfall, Conklin, Hampton, Stokel, Iverson. Kondrowski on point, Dylan on the 2 spot, Westfall, Zilke, Conklin, Iverson, Stokel. It's all a bunch of fast riders as battle on for that 2 and 3. Coming down the last straight, gonna be Kondrowski with the win. Zilke coming by for the 2, Westfall with your 3, and Dylan with the 4. 12-year-old expert, Anderson, Newark, Larson, Carr, and Gannett. Black Widow colors leading the way. That's to be Anderson out front. Got Carr on the 2 spot. Coming down the second straight, Anderson, Carr, the C-bike of Larson, and Gannett sitting on that 4. Battle on for that 3 and 4 spot as they come down through corner number 3. It's all Anderson on point. Going to be Anderson with the win. Carr with the 2. The C-bike of Larson with the 3, and Gannett with your 4. 13-year-old expert, full rack, main event, Merkowitz, Byland, Fields, Blummer, Alzelben, Robinson, Geving, and Klein. Blummer, Robinson, 1 and 2, Fields, and Alzelben sitting 3 and 4 as they come down through corner number 3. It's all Blummer. Got company coming, though, as it's going to be Robinson with the win, Blummer, the 2, Fields, and the 10 bike of Klein with your 4. 7 riders in the 14-year-old experts straight. Isaacs, Dillon, Welkley, Grabinski, Eller, and Lyon. Got a Black Widow lethal sandwich coming into corner number 1 as Eller shoots out in that top spot coming down the second straight. Got Dillon on that 2 spot. Isaacs, Grabinski sitting 3 and 4. Coming down through corner number 3, Lethal Speedco colors leading the way. It's all Eller out front. Coming down the last straight, going to be Eller with the win. Dillon saving it at the line for the 2, Isaacs and Grabinski. 15-year-old experts. I always know it's 15-year-olds because I can hear Nora from wherever she is yelling for Joe. Meyer, Cheerhart, Wilmert, Lloyd, and Moore. The Maniac Marcus Moore on point, followed by Wilmert on the 2 spot. You got Meyer and Lloyd sitting 3 and 4 as Lloyd losing speed, got some problems. It's Moore gonna get the win. Wilmert with the 2, Meyer and Cheerhart rounding it out. 17 to 20-year-old expert, Chartrand, Wilson, Copy, Casanova, Nelson, and Rystrom. Black Widow colors on point. S-squared colors on the 2 spot. Got to be Nelson out front. Casanova on that 2 spot, losing 1 through the second straight. That's Adam Kennedy. He's back on his feet. Coming down through corner number 3. Nelson still leading the way. Going to be Nelson with the win. Casanova, the 2. Chartrand and Rystrom with your 4. Downrider back up. Let's show some love. He's only going to get what we give him. (21 to 25-year-old experts, Moore and Goth Shrimp. This is a 2.55 total point race. Goss got a pair of wins so far, looking to finish up a perfect day. He's leading the way into corner number 1. Battle on for that 2 and 3 as they're knotted up with 5 points apiece. Coming down the second straight, Goss out front, followed by a 279 of Morin on the 2 spot. Shrimps looking for a way to set up something coming through corner number 3. It's going to be Goss coming down the line with the win today. The 279 bike of Morin with the 2. Shrimp with your 3. 36 to 40-year-old expert. All 3 qualified to get here, so what you see is what you get. Boersma, Haugen, and Haugen. Up on point, Jesse Haugen leading the way, followed by Boersma on the 2 spot. Sam Haugen sitting on your 3. In and out of corner number 3 they go. It's all Venom on point. Coming down the last straight, going to be Jesse Haugen with the win, Matt Boersma with the 2, and Sam Haugen with the 3. Last rack of Gold Cup qualifying racing here today. This is 51 and over expert. Amon Purrier and Schaefer. Amon on point, got up 2 aces in the back pocket, looking to finish things up. Purrier sitting on 4 points, and Schaefer on 6. Coming down through corner number 3, it's going to be Amon with the win today, Purrier with the 2, and Schaefer going to grab the 3. We want to thank everybody for coming out today, racing with us for our Gold Cup qualifier. We'll see you back tomorrow morning. Doors will open a half hour before the first practice. Again, time practice again tomorrow for stop number 10 on the state series. We'll leave the track open for about 5 minutes. Any kids want to grab a couple laps, we'll leave it open for about 5 minutes. Parents, do us a favor, look around the bleachers. Anyone